If you are frustrated by the current market situation and you just don't know if you should buy or sell your Bitcoin, or no matter which cryptocurrency you're interested in, and you want to have a more historical proof for what is about to happen, then I think this video is exactly for you. Hello guys, and welcome back to Bitcoin Crypto. My name is Sam. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, leave a like if you like that content, turn on that notification bell, and also join our amazing Discord community. You will find the link in the description. And by the way guys, I know this channel is small and it's not one of those big channels out there, but I'm telling you that behind the scenes we're working like crazy to bring something to you guys that is able to change everything. And not only in one way we're searching for that solution, we have some other things going on that will come in the next week. So I really recommend joining our community to be a part of it, because it will be very special what is going to happen. I don't know how long you're following my content, but I think that you've seen in the past that I'm very interested in the historical price development, and so I'm really trying to take a very detailed look into price action and what is possible for now. I mean, there are different models out there trying to tell us what is going on here and what to expect, but I think one of the best ways is to just look at the price action that we can find in the last over 10 years now, to see if there are recurring similarities and if one of them is really playing out right now, so that we're able to make the right decisions. So I think this is a very good title for what is going on right now. So Houston, we have a problem, right? So everybody was like, we're going to the moon or beyond, and now we're back on Earth, and it's not looking that amazing anymore, because there are of course very different things going on right now in the market, and not only for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, also all other markets out there. It's a very difficult time. Now there are two groups, I would say, like most of the time. One is saying, telling you guys you should buy Bitcoin now, and I've seen videos, for example, from Crypto. I just saw the title that he's all in now, and things like that. And there are also other people like Alessio Rastani telling us to be very careful now. There are very strong warning signs, so it's very difficult. And in this video I want to try to give you my opinion based on what I'm seeing in the chart. And I think that well, tell me if I'm wrong, but I was one of the people who were expecting a pretty heavy correction for Bitcoin. And I mean, if we just take a look at this correction, then we've been seeing a 55% correction so far, and this is of course nothing surprising for Bitcoin, but a lot of people are surprised that it's been so huge now, because everybody thought that we're on the way to 100K, and then this happened. Now, one of the main reasons why I thought that this might be the point for us to top out is because of this chart that I've shown in many videos. And as you can see, I have this resistance here, which is, in my opinion, the most important resistance line for Bitcoin. And as you can see, one example is the top out in June 2019, around $14,000, when we came all the way down to approximately $4,000. And as you can see, we're topping out at the same point right now, so this is not a surprise. And I remember saying that if we're able to cross this orange line, which at that time was at $60,000, then this will cause a very heavy pump. But this didn't happen. We failed 2 times at this orange line, and the third time there was not enough power to even test this line, and so it started to go down. So this was not surprising for me, and at that time I also said that If we fail at this level, it's very likely to come down to this zone here, because this is something that happens many times for Bitcoin, as you can see here with this example, failing at that point, and we come down to this zone, and which I'm highlighting right here. And yeah, so before we talk about this chart, I want to talk about this chart one more time and remind you of what I said in my previous videos with the 144 moving average. It's the yellow line here, where I said that I'm taking a look at the support levels of the 144 moving average. This is the 4-hourly chart, to see what is going on with the average price, right? If the average price is coming down, then we know that it doesn't matter what is going on here. For example, at this level, when people were screaming buy the dip, yes, there were some people buying the dip, but now where they are now, if they didn't sell. So as you can see here, the 144 moving average left its short-term support at this point, and what happened is we came all the way down to the midterm support, which is created with these 2 points. And from what I see, this line is not perfect here, but I think you get the point. So it left this support here and came all the way down to the next support. Of course, price moves faster than this 144 moving average, but when it leaves this support, we know that it's likely that price comes down to the next support. And as you can see, it fell below this support. It was not able to get back above it. There is a retest, a very nice retest here of the 144 midterm support. It was not able, and so it came down. And a very or a not unlikely scenario now is that it will test this long-term support, which I draw from April 2020, and the other point is October 2020. So I've got these 2 points of support. So and getting this blue line here, and so I would not be surprised to see Bitcoin coming down to this level, which is currently around $18,000, so close to the last all-time high of our last bull market. So this is a level that really makes sense for Bitcoin. Now, this doesn't mean that Bitcoin will just drop down here and make this move tomorrow. It is possible that we see a pump here up to these levels, failing at the previous support around $50,000. I mean, $50,000 is an important psychological level, and also in the chart we have some levels here, some points of contact with the $50,000 level. So it would not be surprising to see Bitcoin coming up to this level, failing at $50,000, and then turning around and coming down. So this is something that is possible, and I will show you why I think that this is not that unlikely anymore. I think you've seen the big channels are saying that they're buying right now. So, for example, Crypto, Altcoin Daily, the Moon. I mean, these are one of the big channels out there, and they're really, really bullish. And Crypto saying that he's all in now, and I mean, this is a very huge statement for his community. I think he's near to 500,000 subscribers, right? And but I'm surprised that these guys don't recognize the other patterns here, the bearish patterns. I've shown that in our Discord. For example, we might have a very huge head and shoulders by now, with the neckline somewhere in this region, so around $30,000, $29,000, a level that has protected us from continuing this correction. So once this level becomes a resistance and we're not able to get back above $30,000 anymore, I think then the way is free for retesting lower levels. And also another pattern that is occurring right now is this bear flag, right? So I've not really seen anybody talking about this bear flag. So we have this huge head and shoulders, a bearish sign topping out here, getting a head and shoulders, also having a bear flag here, which is not looking that bad in my opinion. So this is, in my opinion, this is a good bear flag here. So it's not that unlikely to see Bitcoin continuing the drop and coming down. If we reach a technical target, coming down to $6,000. Now, is $6,000 a level that makes sense? Yes, it makes sense, and I will show you that in a minute. But as you can see, there are patterns here that are not that good, and you could also say that we might get another head and shoulders here. It's not that nice, it's not so nice, but this could still be some kind of a head and shoulders. So there are bearish signs, in my opinion, which are huge. I mean, when I say $5,000 coming down from $65,000 to $5,000, I mean, this is a pretty brutal correction. So let's have a look here. So if it really goes down to these levels, then we're talking about a 90% correction. Now, does a 90% correction make sense for Bitcoin? Definitely. During a bear market, it's nothing unusual. So this can easily happen. Now, the big question is this a bear market? Because the target of 90% correction is something for the bear market. And yeah, is this a bear market? I'm trying to answer that also in this video. But yeah, the important fact for this chart is that we're seeing some bearish patterns here with the target down here at these levels. And what I could imagine still is that we find support here in this region, because this is a very big support level. As you can see, I have this moving average coming. I have this support level coming, as you can see, which I just showed you from this point and this point. So this is at close to the last all-time high of our last bull market, so a level that really makes sense. And this orange line here is a very heavy support. As you can see here, it comes from Bitcoin's price action in April 2017, as you can see. So this was the bull market support when we reached $20,000 or $19,000 approximately, as you can see. And I've been just yeah, bringing this line all the way to the current price action. And as you can see, there is very important price action around this line. So here, for example, as you can see, when we pass this line, we've been really going up heavily, right? So what I want to say is that this is a very strong support level. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a pretty heavy bounce in these regions, right? So we have to wait and see where the price will stop. Is it at this orange line? There's very high probability, in my opinion, at $22,500 approximately. And it would also make sense to see a heavy pump close to $17,000. But if we see price falling below this level and is not able to come back above this level, so we see something like that, right, a rejection afterwards. If we see something like that here, guys, then I think we're really about to see a pretty heavy drop. Now, when it comes to the media, guys, what I want to say, or a good sign for the bearish side is, for example, Michael Burry. Now, I don't know what you think about this guy, but I think when it comes to price movement and the change in trend, he is one of the people who yeah, is really able to see something very fast. And in the last days or weeks, I don't know exactly, but he said that the mother of all crashes is in front of us. And yeah, going down to $5,000, guys, is at the end, I think, really a heavy crash, like he is saying that yeah, is likely to happen in the next days and weeks. Now, he doesn't give a exact time for that to happen, but he says that we are very close to this or let's say that this correction will definitely happen, and it will be the mother of all crashes. So this is very huge. And if you remember, he's one of the guys, or he got famous because he was one of the people that said that we're about to see a world crisis in 2008. And yeah, it happened, right? And at that time, a lot of people were saying that he's crazy, right? I don't know if you saw the movie The Big Short. If not, I really like this movie, where you can see what this guy has been going through at that time, and how he was able to see what was coming. And yeah, so now he is also saying this, and I think it makes sense with all these patterns that I'm just showing you. Now going over to this chart, guys, yeah, what we can see here is, this is the daily chart, the yellow line, the 144 moving average. You see the price has dropped heavily below the 144 moving average, which is now about to turn around and decline, right? So it's really turning around here, which is not a good sign. So this means that it is leaving support. One of the support levels that I've drawn here is this blue line, as you can see. So in my opinion, this is maybe the midterm support. So the short-term support is more this line. Give me a second. So it is more this line, as you can see, because this goes up really straight here. And so we have this line, make it blue so that you can see better. So, and yeah, so the 144 left the short-term support. Right afterwards, this big correction down to the midterm support, which I got from this move here. And as you can see, price really came down to this level, and yeah, found support and then fell below it and was not able to get back above it, right? And we're also, this is something that I said in my previous videos, we are below the rising wedge, which I'm seeing here with this between these orange lines, right? The rising wedge, we are below the rising wedge. We failed to get back above it, the current level for the rising wedge. So this is something that is bullish in my opinion, or one reason to be bullish is now if Bitcoin is able to close on a daily base above $38,000 and hold this level. So this would be the first sign of bullishness. And yeah, so, and the 144 moving average will reach this support at the end of July. So there's still a lot of time till the end of this month. Until it reaches this support, it wouldn't be surprising to see Bitcoin coming back up to this level, right? So close to $45,000, coming up to this level, to the 200 daily moving average, by the way, and retest this level before we continue further correction, right? So this wouldn't be surprising for me to see something like that. And I will show you a reason why I think that this is likely right now, to see Bitcoin retesting the 200 daily moving average. Now something else before I show you that is this line here and this zone here. I'm just going back in the chart, and please take a look at the importance of these three lines here. So as you can see, make it like that. So as you can see, we have this rejection, we have this level here, we have this level here, this level here, we have this price action here down to this level, we have this price action, very important price action, by the way. And if we go back, what is pretty heavy in my opinion is the whole movement from here to here, because now look at the time, this is August 2015 and this is March 2017. So yeah, something like 2 years we've been testing this red line here. So this is very heavily and it means that this is a heavy zone, right? This is a heavy zone here, and price really was holding this level for almost 2 years. And if we go back, we can also see in 2012, look at this rejection here at this level. So this is very heavily, or at this rejection here, right? Or at this level where we tested this level, we pumped through the whole level and got here a retest, for example. So this is a very heavy level here that you can see. And now look what is going on right now. And by the way, this line that I also mentioned here, this line, I connected on the daily chart important points of the 144 moving average. So here with here, right? And now what you can see for the current price action, which in my opinion is really impressive, is that we came down, so rejection from the orange line, we came down to this zone. We're now moving inside of this zone for, I don't know, I think 7 weeks now, if I'm correct. So let's have a look. First time that we got down here till now, 47 days, right? 47 days. So it's a very long time that we are now retesting this level, upside, downside, and whatever. And currently we are below this zone. So this on a daily chart is not a good sign, right? It's not a good sign. We found support on this line that I just showed you perfectly, right? So this shows you the strength of this technique of using support levels of, for example, the 144 moving average. You can also use other moving averages, but I like it with the 144. So as you can see, exactly testing this level here and seeing a nice bounce here. And so what I want to say here is that we are here in a very dangerous area, right? This is really dangerous, and currently we're not we're not seeing Bitcoin moving up, and there is a huge wall of resistance. This is big, really big. And if Bitcoin is not able to cross this level and find support here in this zone up here, above $50,000 in my opinion, then it's going to be very difficult for the bulls to rescue this bull market. And for this, I want to show you another chart, or another chart, the same chart, but on a weekly chart with the RSI. Because I think the RSI is able to show us what is going on right now and to give us a better feeling. So we have the 144 moving average, the support levels and so on, but also we have this RSI showing us some very important levels that we have to pay attention to. So if we just look from the beginning here, what you can see is when we are in a bull market, right, then the RSI is in this upper regions, right? So as you can see, we are here above this red line, right? This is the 54 level here. We are above the red line. We retest this line. This is this move here. We come up and then we fall down, and we see that this RSI drops below the middle line, right? Tries to come back up, is not able, and then we get this heavy correction. And when this kind of bearish price action, this bear market is over, then the RSI comes back up into these regions, and as you can see, it finds support on the middle line, and then we see pretty heavy price action. Here, for example, we had a very short time below it, but then came back up, and as you can see afterwards, this was a very heavy pump, right? And then, as you can see, it's coming down to these levels, and the final drop, and this is something that is very important, the final drop, as you can see, is when we fall below this lowest red line at 42, right? So this is the final drop, and then we start coming back up. Like here, as you can see, we fall below this last red line, we see it going down, and then we have the final drop. And as soon as we are back above this lowest line, you see the bull market starts, and then we're finding support on this middle line here, as you can see with the price action. I hope you're seeing it. And then we find support here. We are in a bull market. We come down, retest it, and then we go up and come down, retest it, and you see we're always above this middle line. And then what comes is our top at $20,000, so our last bull market, and then we fall below this middle line. We're moving here between these two lines, and then we have the final correction when we are below the lowest red line. And when we come back up, everything is okay. And as you can see, with our $14,000 top here after the 20,000 in 2019, as you can see, again, we come down, we fall below the middle line, and then we see this movement here. One more time trying to come back up, not able, and then we see the final correction below the red line here, and then coming back up above it, and you see the bull market really starts. And what is important now is that we are below the middle line. We didn't find support. We've been just going through it heavily, and currently we are finding support here on the lowest line, right? And this will be a very, very important time for Bitcoin, because if we find support here on this lowest red line, then there would definitely be a retest of this line here. And I think that it's not that unusual to see something like this. And as you can see, if we compare a similar situation in November 2019, as you can see, we came down, we were above it for some weeks, and then we had a final move up before the Corona crash. So this is looking pretty similar. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a retest of this level and of $50,000, or let's say at this level here, between $40,000 and $50,000, something here, and $45,000. We will have to wait and see at that time where we will stop, but something like that is possible, and maybe the reason why some people are so extremely bullish. But this will be a fake out, or yeah, a dead cat bounce, no matter what you want to call it. But this is not looking really good as long as we are below the middle line. So a very heavy bullish sign is to see on a weekly chart the RSI coming back up above this middle line, and then we know that there is a chance for a continuation of this bull market. And of course, the best thing that could happen is a move above this level here, which was a very big support in the previous bull markets, as you can see. So this is what I'm watching. But if the RSI falls below this red line, you know what's going on. Then we're seeing the final, or let's say the beginning of the real correction that could bring us all the way down to $5,000, which, by the way, is very close to this extremely important Fib circle that I've mentioned many times. And as you can see, with these 3 points, it's a very important Fib circle, which yeah, is at the right position, in my opinion, for the heavy bearish target. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin really finding support when we see this heavy crash here in this region. And I've been drawing the resistance on RSI, something that also some other people did in other videos that I've seen. But what I can tell you is that we have this short-term resistance here, this blue line. Let's make it like this. So we have the short-term resistance here. And as you can see, we will reach this line. If we continue this kind of movement, we will reach it at the end of next week. So there might be a volatile move around that time when we get closer to this short-term resistance. And if you see it above this line, if you see the RSI above this line, then you know it's very likely to come up to this zone here. Yeah, if you see it, if you see rejection, then this could be really the beginning of of a heavy correction or a continuation of this correction. Wow, 30 minutes. Yeah, it's unbelievable how fast time goes by during one of these videos. Yeah, so guys, I think this is it for this video. I hope this was not too much, not too chaotic. If so, then please let me know, and I will try to make another video where I yeah, show it to you guys in another way. But I really hope you liked that content, and please smash that like button if so. It's very helpful for the channel. And I say it one more time, join our Discord, guys. There will be heavy things in the near future, and if you're interested in bot trading, then I can tell you that there is a group working on, I think, one of the best bots ever. So and they have a very big update coming. It will be so big. And I also have some things that I will bring in the next weeks. I've been working on a trading strategy that, in my opinion, from what I see now, I'm backtesting at the moment, but from what I see now is it's able to change lives. All right, so this is a big statement, but it is a very powerful strategy, and I've been working like crazy on it. And yeah, so these are things that are coming, and yeah, I hope you will be there when the time comes. So thank you very much for your attention. Sorry for a 30-minute video, but I think it's important to talk about all of these things these days. And yeah, please share that video so that our community gets bigger and stronger, and yeah, that would be amazing. Thank you guys, and we'll see you soon, guys. Bye.